Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Schools Out Leadership Camp. Before we even get started today, we definitely as an agency and as a team want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your precious gift of time. Your gift of time is invaluable to the youth we serve. So without further ado, let's jump into this orientation and let me give you an overview of what to expect. So today we're going to cover who we are. Thought you might appreciate a little insight on who we are and what we do. What is Leadership Camp specifically? The student portfolio, which is what the kids are going to be reviewing with you. What is your role as a mentor interviewing our kids? The assessment tool, how to use it, a little more explanation on the rating scale, and then some FAQs, some frequently asked questions, as you know, we've had folks volunteer in our program. So here we go, our mission statement. What is our mission statement? Our mission is to guide middle school students living in challenging urban environments to recognize and reach their full potential as members of our community. Now what really makes us unique is that through a school-based team approach to mentoring, the kids in our program are given the tools and support necessary to make positive choices during a critical time of their development. So again, a critical time of their development. Those middle school years, 11, 12, 13, if any of you have some young adolescents in your life, you know exactly what I mean. But those challenging, crazy, chaotic time of their development. The hormones are kicking in, puberty, etc. All right, so as a program, our program is more commonly known as Teamworks at the School Site. We're a weekly team-based approach mentoring program that takes place during after school at 11 middle school sites from September through June. Again, we engage at-risk youth by creating a healthy team environment, which allows them to benefit from the support of positive role models. We try to build their self-esteem, build their peer-to-peer relationships, peer-to-adult relationships. Hopefully we can, modify their behavior and improve their attitudes towards school. And at the end of the day, if we're building their self-esteem, hopefully we're building their resilience. Further, the program really provides structured, supervised, out-of-school time during those after-school hours when kids are likely to engage in risky behavior. So that's who we are, that's what we do. So now let me tell you a little bit about Leadership Camp. So Leadership Camp really grew out of our core program, the Teamworks program, where we were trying to get kids college ready. But just to give you some insight, 90% of our students come from homes where no one has graduated from college. So that's a lot, that's a huge percentage. 90% of our kids come from homes where no one has graduated from college. These days, the student-to-counselor ratio is 1,000 to 1. So think about that, 1,000 to 1, the counselor-to-student ratio. So who can they go to if no one at home has gone to college? If at school, the counselor's got 1,000 kids they're trying to see. So who can they really go to get college information? And then our students who are aspiring to go to college but do not have the resources or guidance to help them reach their goal. So those are really the main points why we created Leadership Camp. We've got kids, if you ask any of our middle school kids today if they want to go to college, they're all going to raise their hands. But for the reasons, as I mentioned before, not having resources or guidance or anyone to go to, a lot of times it's very difficult for them to achieve that goal. Leadership Camp is a 5-day college experience, so when you meet your kids, they would have been at camp for 5 days. While they're at camp, they are learning, the A through G requirements, they're building leadership skills, they're learning the value of admissions essays, the different college systems, different ways of getting financial aid, setting goals, etc. But most importantly, this is what we're really trying to inspire. These kids, at-risk middle school kids at this age, 11, 12, 13, we're really trying to get them to understand that they should start preparing for college now. Again, we're trying to get them to understand, motivate them, and inspire them to start preparing for college now. All right, so in this student portfolio, the kids are going to bring you a deck, and it's going to have different elements in it. And the student portfolio will have a college mission statement, so the kids will, articulate their own college mission statement. A college summary, which is kind of an overview of the journey, what kind of courses they're going to take, maybe AP honors, what else are they going to have in there? Maybe what type of financial aid, what they think college is like, etc. And they're actually pulling that from a 4-year plan that they're creating, and then they're summarizing it, so you get an opportunity to see their college summary. And A through G mnemonic, again, those subject requirements in order to get into college. So we came up with a cool and fun way of getting them to memorize the A through G requirements, English, math, science, etc. A sample admissions essay for many of our kids, that is going to be their foot in the door. So give them an opportunity to draft an admissions essay. Next, they're going to take a career assessment, and at this age, a lot of them kind of want to, go into the same careers: teacher, law enforcement, fireman, you name it. Those are the type of careers. Doctor, lawyer. So for many of them, this is their first time taking a career assessment, and they'll learn different skills that maybe they didn't know they had, just so that we can open their eyes to other careers. A personal brand. They're going to get an opportunity to create a personal brand, which is really cool. So you'll get the highlights of their personal brand activity. And then we're going to go over 4 leadership traits, and then they are going to define in their own words, after the activities we've done with them, their definition of those leadership traits, and that is failure through success. The next one is commitment, flexibility, and integrity. All right? So your role, so as you're interviewing our kids on their deck that they'll bring, really what we ask for you guys is to make sure that the kids feel heard. It's a major part of being a mentor in any program, is having good listening skills. So just really, honing in, making sure you're listening carefully to what they're sharing with you. And then in this experience, we want you to share both your college and your career-related experience. So what were the kind of things that you did or engage in college or in your career? What did you do to get into your career? Maybe advise them by giving them some additional strategies for achieving their college and career goals. Like maybe you're telling them, well, when you're in high school, try to really challenge yourself, push yourself, honors, AP courses, letting them know that maybe there's waivers if they want to take an AP test. Maybe you're telling them about internships. Maybe you're telling them about another way of earning financial aid, etc. So giving them some strategies or some tips for their college and career goals. Giving some good examples. If you have some good examples, don't forget, this is an opportunity for you to share your personal experience. So giving them some good examples. And we always want to keep it positive, ladies and gentlemen. So let me make sure I reiterate that we always want to make sure that we're keeping it positive. So offering constructive feedback is really key, because we want to keep them motivated and inspired. They put a lot of effort. They spend a lot of time in creating these portfolios. So we definitely want to reassure them that they're doing a great job and in a constructive way, even if there's an area where you think requires a little more focus. Foster that discovery. It's great to ask them open-ended questions to get them going. Many of them, they might be a little shy when they first meet you. So make sure you're throwing out those open-ended questions and keep asking open-ended questions. Stay away from yes or no questions. They are middle school kids. If you ask a yes or no question, you're going to get a yes or no response. So ask an open-ended question so that you guys can keep that conversation going. And then lastly, please, let's make sure we're inspiring and motivating our kids and making them believe that they can achieve these goals no matter what. All right? So the assessment tool. So I'm going to briefly go over the assessment tool, but let me reassure you also that we will be there on the day of the interviews. So you'll have an opportunity again to get a quick brief overview. We'll pass out the assessment so you can digest it really quickly, but we will reiterate all the different functions of the assessment tool and how to use it. So the assessment tool is best utilized as a conversation tool, again as a conversation tool. So as you're going section by section, let's say college mission statement, we're going to say students were required to write a mission statement. Do you feel like they identified a future goal? Do you feel like it really outlines a path for reaching the goals? Do you feel like it's focused, etc.? So use it as a conversation tool. So we even give you some questions to prompt you to engage in some conversation. And again, don't forget to please share your professional and your personal experience. And overall, we really want the kids to benefit from your coaching. So that's what we're trying to use this assessment tool. Another reason why we're trying to use this assessment tool. And then each section in the rubric, so each section in the rubric, you guys will see, it's broken up into sections. You will have the opportunity to rate the kids excellent, good, or fair. So again, excellent, good, or fair. I hope that most of our kids are in the excellent or good. If there is a fair rating, then that we offer some constructive, positive feedback. But my assumption is our kids are all superstars. They're all going to fall into the excellent or good rating. Additionally, there are note sections in each section so that you guys can elaborate on your ratings. And then at the end, we'll ask you to share what you like most about the presentation. And then if you have any recommendations or suggestions for other areas to focus or develop on, or just some suggestions or some great ideas. Or maybe overall, you just want to say how much you love their presentation and what strengths and qualities that you notice in the interview, all right? So, the rating scale, again, we have an excellent, which means a student meets all the expectations and shows passion in their portfolio. We have good, student has met most expectations, but is really on the right track. And then we have fair, student is headed in the right direction, but could benefit from more exploration and a little goal setting. And then lastly, I just want to make sure too, to let you guys know that you'll have an opportunity to even rate their interview skills. And that's something that we go over with them as we try to brush up their interview skills and communication skills. So are they making that eye-to-eye contact? Do they seem confident? What's their body language like? Are they using a lot of verbal pauses like like, so you'll get an opportunity to rate them on all those different things as well. And here's some frequently asked questions. Questions that, over the years we've been collecting and giving you some good answers. So do I need experience working with middle school students? Absolutely not, ladies and gentlemen. It's a coaching opportunity. You go through this portfolio with them, you use our rubric, and it's just to get them to talk and motivate and inspire so you don't. And just remember, that's all we're doing. We're just trying to give them the assurance that they can reach and realize their college goals and dreams. How many youth will you interview? 2 youth, ladies and gentlemen, 2 youth, just 2 kids is what you'll interview. How long should I interview? 30 minutes, tops 40 minutes, but no less than 30 minutes, no more than 40 minutes. But again, someone will be coming around, timing you, letting you know how much time you have left. All right, so let me go over that again. 2 students, 30 minutes per student, so it's about an hour's worth of time that you're spending with us. And then what are we reviewing? As I said to you earlier, the kids will be bringing to you a PowerPoint deck, and they'll sit, you'll put the deck in between you and your mentee, and you'll go page by page and allow them to elaborate on their deck. And then what do you do with the assessment? And we put this one in here because sometimes folks forget, but we are going to give this assessment to our students. So again, that's why we ask that you keep it positive and motivating and inspiring. I'm sure they're going to take it home and share it with their parents as well. So make sure that you're getting your student's name and you're writing your name, and then you're turning it into our coordinator there on interview day. So make sure that you turn in your rubric so that we can share it with our kids. And then what should I wear? Pretty simply, casual business attire is fine. If you want to wear jeans, dress up a pair of jeans, wear something on the casual side. But just kind of more casual business attire is all that we ask. And then lastly, anyone who's been a mentor in our program knows I love to end every video with an inspiring quote. And here's a quote, something for you to marinate and think about before you come out and meet our kids, and that is, our chief want in life is to have someone in life who makes us believe that we can. So again, our chief want in life is to have someone in our life who makes us believe that we can. A person who sees and knows what we can achieve. Will, signing out.